Okay guys, the Hotshot Central here, and now I'm going to show you through all the little tanks you can get in the game. This is the complete collection for Seek and Destroy for PS2. Complete collection of tanks, as you can see here. And it may be more than one part, so yeah, here we go. Let me just set this up for a quick second. 272 and 288. So let's go for the list, shall we? Panzer Kampfwagen 1, Alf A. As you can tell from the name, it's the first tank made just after World War I in secret. Tanks were not allowed to be made then, but it was secretly made. It was first used for training, but it was used for battle also when needed. It has a 7mm, or shall I say 7.92mm Vickers machine gun, Maxim machine gun. This is dating back to World War I, and it could do up to a top speed of 40 kilometers per hour. So 40 kilometers per hour. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And it had a weight of 5 tons. That's pretty light. And 30mm of thickness. Here's the Panzer IIs used in the German Blitz. The 20mm machine gun was powerful during this period. It also has another coaxial machine gun, if you see that. A 20mm machine gun, 40 kilometers, same as the Panzer I, weighs 9 tons, so it's 4 tons heavier. And has 15mm of armour. Pretty cool, eh? Here's the Alpha A version. That was the Alpha C. This is like the upgraded version you can get of the Panzer II. Used in the German Blitz, has 20mm of armour. That armour is 15mm. Used in German Blitz, has 20mm machine gun, 30mm armour, and a speed of 40 kilometers. So it has double the thickness of the C type. Moving on to a Panzer II, Panzer II, Bison 2 artillery gun. The wheels of the artillery were removed. The wheels of the artillery were removed, and a compartment was added. Only 12 of them were made, so this makes it ultra rare to ever see them back. 150mm howitzer is also called an infantry gun. Jeez, that's like a big artillery gun right in there. 150mm, and if you get that bombing down on the infantry, you're soon going to have to take cover. It's got the same thickness as the upgraded Panzer II, as 2 tons heavier than the Panzer II, however, has the same speed apparently, but 150mm howitzer makes sure it's going to deliver some considerable punch to, as an artillery tank. Here's the VESP, or in British terms, WASP, well-balanced German self-propelled gun. It was created as an extension of the Panzer IV armoured artillery development. So I'm guessing this is mounted on a Panzer IV chassis, the same as the Bison, which is mounted on a Panzer II chassis. So that's interesting. This light tank has 105mm howitzer that lessens the backward motion of gun barrel. This tank has 105mm howitzer that lessens the backward motion of the gun barrel. Has 105mm howitzer, obviously, as you can tell. It has the same weight as the Bison II from the Panzer II chassis artillery gun, Has 30mm thickness, the same as the upgraded Panzer II. Also, same speed as the Panzer II. For some reason, don't ask. Marder 2. There's also a Marder 3, but I don't know what that is. Who is that? Right, here's a Marder 2, ladies and gentlemen. Mounts a 48 caliber, I think that's what it means, 75mm gun on German Tank 2, which was not used. It has low defense power, but it has high offensive power. It played an important role. I'm guessing that important role would be as a tank destroyer, if anything. It has the same thickness as the upgraded Panzer II, as the Wesp and the Bison. Is 1 ton lighter than the Wesp, a ton heavier than the upgraded Panzer II. Same speed as it, and obviously, as you can see, it has a 75mm cannon. Here's a Panzer III. Although it's Type E, this is the first mass production Panzer III, meaning A and D were test tanks. So the tanks before the E were just tests, different chassis, different guns, all that lot. It played a key role in the German Blitz. Now, for those who don't know what the German Blitz is, the German Blitz, I think it dates back to the 1936 till 1942. I'm not too sure on that one. But I think it definitely happened before World War II actually started in 1939. So yeah, there was that in 1934, 1939. There's a 37mm tank gun, around about the same gun as you would find on a Stuart. Has 3mm less though of gun compared to a Matilda 2, which has 40mm. I think it's a 2-pounder gun and has about 80 odd thickness of the side skirts. Weighs 21 tons, so it's 10 tons heavier than the Bison artillery tanks. 30mm of armour, same thickness as the upgraded Panzer II, really. Don't know why. So, same thickness as an upgraded Panzer II, who would have thought that? Yeah, same speed as it apparently, but heavier. It's 12 tons heavier. Here's a Panzer III Alpha G. So it goes like A, B, C, D, E, F, G sort of thing. H, J. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, blah, you know. The Germans did what they want when it came down to numbering the tanks, let's be honest. Detailed improvements made to Type E. It has a new commander's hatch and a powerful main gun. This is a new gun for the tank. It's a 50mm tank gun compared to the 37 which the Alpha E had when it tried to take on the likes of Matilda 2 and I think the Crusader in the Battle of El Alamein, which was in 1942. It's 3 tons heavier than the previous version, Alpha E. 30mm thickness, so it's the same thickness and same top speed. However, though, it has a bigger gun at 50mm instead of 37, which makes a pretty decent gun. But even then, guns like that couldn't penetrate Matilda's armour. It was that thick. So yeah, the British Matilda 2 tank of that era was pretty much the queen of the battlefield. And talk about British tanks, we'll get to that for another time. Now we're on German tanks still. Let me just check back to G. improved Panzer III with 50mm of armour instead of the 30 that the Alfs G and Alf E had. A 60 caliber was to be mounted, however the 42 caliber gun was mounted instead. Larger caliber reaches further, obviously. It's the same gun as a Alf G, but the shell has a bigger caliber. In fact, as you can probably tell in the turret distances, the differences, that's the turret of an Alf G 50mm gun. That's the cannon. That's the cannon of Alf G 50mm. Sorry, and that's the cannon of a Alf J. It is just bigger. I mean, just look at the size of that compared to that, and it's just going to fire further. Which is also a 50mm tank with 50mm of thickness. I don't know. Yeah, it's 40 kilometers, the same weight. It's 3 tons lighter apparently, so it's round about the same weight as Alf's E, which is, yeah, so. And this is the last version of the Panzer III Panzer III versions. The other previous two versions had 50mm. The beginning one had a 37. However, the Alf J had a bigger caliber gun, which means the shell could reach further. Had 20mm extra thickness, which means it had 50mm of armour, and was 3 tons lighter than the Alf J. This is, however, this is a command tank, the command tank version, I think, or it's actually this is a command tank, which carries a communication system. The artillery is usually removed. However, it mounts a big Panzer IV type turret. Same 50mm gun, preferably the same caliber as the Alf J. However, though it weighs 23 tons, so it's 2 tons heavier than the Alf J. Same thickness of 50mm, the same top speed, and yeah, there's that. There you have it. Here's a Stug 3 Alf C. Back then, the infantry troops dragged the artillery along. So this tank was created in response to General's request for artillery with mobility. This gun, however, has a 75mm cannon. However, though, the gun may look short, so the shell may not reach as far. But the 75mm gun is pretty much potent at taking out most tanks, including the Sherman. Maybe even the T-34 as well if you hit it at the right angle. But still not quite as powerful enough to penetrate the Matilda III's absolutely stonkingly great armour it has. The weight is 18 tons, so for some reason that makes it lighter than the Alf's J, which is 21 tons, and the Alf's K, which is 23. It has the same thickness of 50mm. It has the same top speed as all tanks, and yeah, there you have it, 75mm tank gun. And there's the Alf's E. Alf's E version is the second version of the Panzer's Stug 3. Alf C is the second version, is the Alf's E, that's the second version, Alf's E. Created as the command tank with an assault gun, it sends commands to other tanks. And there you have it, a 75mm gun. It's 1 ton heavier, 50mm, same thickness, same top speed as all the tanks, and has a 75mm gun. And yeah, there you have it, it's a command tank, this one.